Welcome back, everyone, to more KOTOR 2. We are finally done with Korriban and heading back to the Ebon Hawk to see what kind of character cutscenes we're going to have play again. With a crap ton more dialogue before we go to the last bit of the game, really. It's just the remote. Chilling out in the engine room. Just hovering there. Turns around, it's Koto! And boom. Poor guy. And then Koto did something to him. And that's all we get. Cool. I'm not talking to anybody except I'm going to go talk to Kreia. Also, expect this episode to not have too much combat, probably. It's going to be a varied story and dialogue heavy.
Dantooine to the Enclave. There is something there that you must hear if you want to understand. I have no time for questions, and any answers will have to wait until we stand within the Enclave together.
Yeah, here we go. Meet them at the Enclave. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll just cut there because it'll be a long walk, and well, I don't think you guys need to watch me spend 5 minutes walking the Enclave, so I will see you there. We're back, and the Enclave has been repaired. I don't know how they did it so quick. If we had come here right before we went to Korriban, then it still would have been in ruins. And door opens. Yeah, I don't know how they managed to fix this so quick. Pretty impressive, I suppose. I guess they are Jedi Masters. I don't know. I don't know. They're just cool, I guess. I don't know. And now we're going to get a lot of dialogue and a lot of talking and probably not much combat for a while. Oh, right. I kind of completely forgot about this little cutscene. Colonel Tobin, you fool. Like, hey, don't go forward anymore.
Out of my way. I am Colonel Tobin of the Onderon
Of the shut up. Everyone here's like a freaking zombie, dude. It's freaky.
Of the Jedi, a place
where you may feed.
Telos, Master. There is an academy of Jedi on Telos. Perhaps hundreds of them. Enough to sustain you. And enough for you to free Onderon.
Listen here, you
enough for you.
Freaking nerd. Chill out about Onderon, bro. It's over. They're staying with the Republic. Accept it, loser. The music here, oh man, is it awesome.
It is different. It has been some time.
Cool little 360 shot of this little central courtyard area. If you guys recognize it, this is all ripped straight from the first game.
Forgive me, but I need to rest. Go on. The council awaits. I will remain here.
You're afraid?
Yes. Afraid for you. As I always have been. I will be fine here. Whatever answers the council have are for you. Alone.
Alone. I shall return shortly. Step, 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 step. Yeah, get out of the way, grass. Get pushed.
Know that much may happen here, but above all, do not forget this. You may trust in me. We cradle each other's lives, and what threatens one of us threatens us both. And if you find you cannot trust me, trust in your training, trust in yourself. Never doubt what you have done. All your decisions have brought you to this point. And now, perhaps, they shall see what you have become.
I probably am not going to talk over a lot of this because it's very important,
It
big
is not as it was.
revelation stuff.
But perhaps that is for the best.
Except for that grass that got really glitchy.
We were wondering when you would arrive. This moment has taken some time to reach us, and I imagine you have many questions.
Or perhaps you've come for revenge. We cast you out of the Order because you followed Revan to war. There was no other reason.
No, there was another. You had become different somehow, changed. The war had changed you.
You were no longer
Shut
a
up,
Jedi,
Rook.
but we could not tell you why. Some explanations mean nothing unless the one who suffers comes to the answer on their own. What had happened to you was punishment enough, and the Jedi do not kill their prisoners.
And if you had stayed, you would have changed us, and that we could not allow.
Changed you? What do you mean?
You already know the answer. You've noticed it in those who travel with you.
What are you talking about?
Have you noticed that when you act, others follow?
Those that travel with you.
There's something wrong here. A disturbance in the Force.
They follow you, without question, without hesitation.
Against their instincts, and sometimes against their sense.
It is because you are a leader, but that still fails to grasp the meaning of what I'm trying to tell you.
So explain.
It is not an easy thing to explain. Surely you are familiar with Force bonds. It is the bond that develops between apprentice and master when one truly understands another. It is developed over time through understanding of each other. Yet you do it so easily, and we do not know why.
You make connections through the Force, and it resonates with those who travel with you. The resonance is even greater when they, too, are Force-sensitive.
Your actions affect others more than you know. You draw others to you, especially those strong in the Force.
When you suffer, their spirit echoes it. And when they are in pain, their pain becomes yours.
How'd this happen?
We do not know, but it is not the first time you felt the weight of so many lives.
And that is why the Mandalorian wars echo within you still.
So all those deaths at Malachor.
We did not cut you off from the Force. You were merely deafened to it. Because of that last battle of the Mandalorian wars.
The screams of countless thousands, Jedi and Mandalorians, crushed by the planet's gravity, annihilated.
Their lives still scream across the surface of that dead planet, and within you. To hear the Force over such pain, it is not possible. It was too much for any Jedi to endure, and it is a wonder that you did not die there when thousands perished. All those you had fought with and struggled with. You cut yourself off because you had to if you were to survive. You had hints of it in the war on Dxun. Malachor was simply the final blow.
You were deafened.
At last,
This part's really
you
cool.
could hear.
You were broken.
You were whole.
You were blinded.
And at last, you saw.
When you returned to us, we saw what had happened. You carry all those deaths at Malachor within you. And it has left a hole, a hunger that cannot be filled.
In you, we saw a wound in the Force.
In you, we saw the end of the Force.
My connection to the Force is even stronger than before.
Yes, you can feel the Force, but you cannot feel yourself. You are a cipher, forming bonds, leeching the life of others, siphoning their will and dominating them. It is the teaching of these new Sith to feed on others, on other Force sensitives. They are symptomatic of the wound in the Force. You are a breach that must be closed. You transmit your pain, your suffering through the Force. Within you we see something worse than merely the teachings of the Sith. What you carry may mean the death of the Force, and the death of the Jedi.
But I'm stronger than I ever was.
So you think. It is not the strength of a Jedi you feel.
He's right. It's all the death you've caused to get here. You feed on it, and you grow stronger. You're like Malachor. It's in you, it's what you are now. You must have noticed as you fought across all these planets, killing hundreds, only to become more and more powerful. Why do you think that was?
But what's worse is that bonding you have. It hasn't gone away. It's gotten stronger, and the more attachments you form, the more you draw others to you.
And that is why you are a threat to us all.
So that explains the entirety of the experience mechanic.
You know what the choice is. If you don't warn them, then the Republic will fall. All those countless lives, innocent lives.
Or the one.
What if other Jedi went to war as you did, suffered the same events, and emerged as you did? What if there was a crucible that trained such Jedi to consume and kill?
For you, Malachor was that crucible.
What's worse is these Sith that we face. I fear that they have learned the lesson of Malachor all too well. It is what allows them to prey on Force users, to become stronger when Force sensitives are near.
Somehow they have learned their hunger from you. And so you have brought about the end of the Jedi, and perhaps all the knowledge of the Force. But it is of no consequence. Your ability to make such connections, such bonds so easily are why you cannot remain.
This is the best integration of an experience mechanic put into, like, explained in-game.
And so you wait, as a shadow.
Yes, we are alike that way,
Look at that.
blinded one.
Rey's
I
dark
would have
side.
thought you would walk with her amongst the Jedi, but that is not the way of the Sith, is it?
Do not speak to me of the ways of the Sith. You, of all of us,
Got
have
him.
no conception of what it means to be Sith.
You are a threat to living creatures and all who feel the Force.
You will lead the Sith here, and that we cannot allow.
Our judgment before remains. Exile. You must leave. And you must leave without your tie to the Force. It is a punishment reserved for only a few, and only when necessary. But we have the power to cut you off from the Force, and it must be done.
Forgive us, but it is necessary.
First one who touches me dies. What the?
This must be done.
Come on now.
As long as you feel the Force, you are a danger to those around you.
Enough! Step away from her.
What?
Step away!
Yeah, sit down,
She has
Vrook, you
brought
stupid
truth,
idiot.
And you condemn it. The arrogance. You will not harm her. You will not harm her ever again.
I thought you had died in the Mandalorian Wars.
Die? No. Became stronger. Yes.
Is this your new master, Exile? If so, then you follow Revan's path. Her teachings will cause you to fall as surely as he did.
She is difficult to see. She's like a shadow of the exile. We sought to lure the Sith out, and now they have come to us.
How could you ever hope to know the threat you face when you have never walked in the dark places of the galaxy, faced war and death on such a scale? If you had traveled far enough, rather than waiting for the echo to reach you, perhaps you would have seen it for what it was. Did you not hear its call on Dantooine, Vrook, on its scarred surface and in the minds of the settlers? I have endured your corruption of my other students. You shall not have this one. And you, Kavar, so close to the call of Dxun, tell me, did you not feel what poured from the moon, what had taken place there? And Zeskayel, to hide upon Nar Shaddaa, yet blind yourself to all that happens there. So close to understanding the Force. So close to giving it up. There is a place in the galaxy where the dark side of the Force runs strong. It is something of the Sith, but it was fueled by war. It corrupts all that walks on its surface, drowns them in the power of the dark side. It corrupts all life, and it feeds on death. Revan knew the power of such places, and the power in making them. They can be used to break the will of others, of Jedi, promising them power and turning them to the dark side. Did you never wonder how Revan corrupted so many of the Jedi, so much of the Republic, so quickly? The Mandalorian Wars were a series of massacres that masked another war, a war of conversion. culminating in a final atrocity that no Jedi could walk away from, save one. And that is what I sought to understand. How one could turn away from such power, give up the Force, and still live. But I see what happened now. It is because you were afraid. As you would pass judgment on her, I have come to pass judgment on you all. Do you wish to feel the teachings born of the Mandalorian Wars? Of all tragedies that scream across the galaxy? Let me show you. You, who have forever seen the galaxy through the Force. See it through the eyes of the exile.
Damn. Down go the Masters.
It is done. She is no more. Take me to Atris. She will have the strength to do what the Council cannot.
What are we gonna do? If we don't stop her, then everyone, everywhere, they're gonna lose their lives.
If I lose her, it will be my failing. It is the failing of the Jedi who followed Revan. It is a failing of their teaching.
Soon your ship will come, my master. I will bring her before you, but I will not let you have her. Soon your ship shall come from that which made you.
I know you can hear me. I have always known. It is why I followed you. I have destroyed planets for you, General. But now, this once, if we could save something in this galaxy. I need to do this, or I will die inside, like I died at Malachor 5.
Malachor 5. Wow. That was a lot. First up. He's dead, drained of life. His body is worse than lifeless. It's an absence in the Force. So they are now completely gone, and then we get a new power. Where is it? Where is it? Force Enlightenment. Allows the Jedi to use the light side of the Force to enhance the Jedi's power. The best of the Jedi's speed, armor, and valor powers are instantly activated at a reduced cost. Which doesn't really do much for me, because I only have speed, although it is 5 cheaper. But if you run, like, valor and armor, you can be really powerful really quick. Oh, come on now. Just get me in there. Whatever, we broke an item at the end of the game, who cares? So, that was a lot that just happened. So they kind of touched on something that we could have learned had we talked to Cray a little bit more, but she at one point trained Revan. So some Jedi, including the Masters of the Council, blame her for Revan's fall, or at least partially blame her. We learned that a lot. I mean, I think this is one of the best ways to integrate like an experience system into making logical sense for a game, and that you're consuming the power of everything you kill to become stronger. Quick running. Atten! What happened?
She's gone. The handmaidens came for her. They know who she is now.
Where are they taking her?
They'll take her to Telos, and Atris will do what she'll do with anyone she thinks is a Sith.
Atris will execute her.
Yeah, she will. If she can.
Sith are planning to attack Telos. Everything is decided there.
That's what I was afraid you'd say.
So we learned that we cut ourselves off from the Force because of how many people we end up killing during Malachor. Thousands of them. And the screams through the Force were deafening, so we cut ourselves off so we didn't die.
You look troubled. I can feel it.
We learned the reason why all the companions can become Jedis because we draw Force sensitives into us. And we influence them and absorb their power.
I do not understand what you mean. I follow you, feel as I do, because it is my choice. I believe in what we are doing, what you are doing. I am here because I choose to be. I simply do. There is nothing I can show you as proof, except give you my word. Something happened within the Enclave. What is it? Then they do not understand you. That is the danger of being a Jedi. When one separates themselves from others, chooses to lead a life of isolation, denying what makes them a feeling being, it is easy to make such judgments. And such judgments, I believe, are made in ignorance. There is no danger in what you represent, other than your humanity. You change others, but I do not believe it is due to the Force. I believe it is because you are a natural leader, and because you feel connected to the people around you. Where they look at you and see the death of the Force, I look at you and see hope for all life. And that perhaps a life lived without the Force is not the punishment it is believed to be. I will understand if you feel you must go alone, but I ask that you do not. Instead, take strength from your connections to others. Do not forsake them, as you did in exile. There are others who need to know you. Telos needs you. The planet and all its people are in danger. If we do not stop the Sith now, then the Republic will fall. Admiral Onasi, I have found the exile, and that which hunts the Jedi. The Sith will attack Telos. They believe many Jedi lie hidden on its surface. We are going there now to aid them. Mikal out.
But first, we gotta fly down here and deal with Atris. And those holocrons look a little suspicious.
Who I am is not the question.
I am Atris, Jedi Master, the last historian of the Jedi, the last of the Jedi.
Those are titles, words you cling to as the darkness falls around you. It is not the first time we have met, Atris. I was here before.
With the exile?
Yes, I was here both times when the exile was brought before you.
Who are you?
I was the one who asked her to be exiled.
I did as you asked, so long ago. You seem familiar to me.
Atris, I have always been here.
You are that which has attacked the Jedi. You are Sith.
Sith is a title, yes, but like you, the title is not who I am. It is not what I believe. For you, it is different. Know that there was once a Darth Treya, and that she cast aside that role, was exiled, and found a new purpose. But there must always be a Darth Treya, one that holds the knowledge of betrayal, who has been betrayed in their heart, and will betray in turn. You have bathed in the knowledge of the Sith, but there is not enough truth in such teachings. But it will be a step for you. You have gathered Sith holocrons, Sith teachings from across the galaxy. It is why you have chosen servants who cannot feel the Force, and most importantly, they cannot feel what you have become.
I have sought to preserve the Jedi Order, and I have gathered all that I know of the Sith to this place, so I might find them and stop them.
I had wondered if any of these holocrons had survived Dantooine. You have taken relics from one destroyed planet to the devastation of another.
It was always intended for the Jedi to retreat to Telos should Dantooine be attacked, taking all their lore with them. We could not allow the tragedy at Ossus to happen again.
Such an act marked Telos for destruction. It is why the Sith came here, though the fleet commanders did not know why. It is why Revan ordered its destruction to mark the beginning of the Jedi's civil war. It was a message that there would be no place for the Jedi to retreat, to hide. I would not be surprised if Revan left other gifts beneath the surface of the planet. Much can be buried beneath
that's funny you mentioned that, because we will find out about one of those.
When the Sith attacked, I felt Telos die.
Although in the last game,
lasers fell like lightning upon the landscape, as they did on Dantooine, and so many died.
We heard that Malak was the one who ordered the attack on Telos, not Revan.
Such acts leave their mark on the galaxy. Their cries travel far, though few can hear them.
How did it happen?
Search your heart. It was never battle that called to you, never battle that caused you to fall. Malachor 5 has touched many things, and it casts its echoes still.
Why did she betray me?
You betrayed yourself. Do not blame the exile. And unlike you and I, there is still a chance that one may be saved. The one that you cast out.
Where is the exile? I had thought...
Oh, she will come, but it will be too late to save either of us. It is such a quiet thing to fall, but far more terrible is to admit it.
More cryptic lines, whatever that means. Although I do really like that quote.
Your mistress awaits. She has much to share with you.
Uh-huh. Is that so? And here we are. We are back on Telos. Back in the Polar Academy, in fact. We need to confront... What's her name? Atris. Yeah. Okay, now that shield's ineffective, to say the least. Keep the speed up, because it's a long part of the game. Taking a lot of time of just talking and talking, but we will get one fight in. One singular battle before the end of this episode. Atris! I have come.
She said you would come here to this place. If you think you can defeat me here, you are wrong. All this collective knowledge, all these teachings of combat and the Force, they're mine to command. And if I must use it to end you, I will. Surrender. You need not die. Atris. That is not who I am, not any longer. She has not existed for some time, I think. There was always something else within me. It just took time for its voice to be heard. Surrender to you, never. Let us...
Surrender to you, never. Yeah, Atris sucks, by the way.
End this.
One flurry, and she's done. Oh, shut up, Sith holocrons. Blah, 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 blah.
If you will not kill me, then what will you do?
Actually, I was lying. Prepare to die.
Where she walks is hidden from my eyes, but not from those of her kind. It is possible I may draw one last piece of knowledge from these holocrons. You always knew where they were striking from. You always knew. These Sith are spawned of you. Spawned by the Mandalorian Wars. All those deaths. All those Jedi. Their power is to feed on life, until nothing is left except a hollow galaxy, echoing with the screams of the Jedi lost to us. Yes, I had thought she was awaiting me at that place, but I see now that she lied. It was not meant for me, but for you. She has gone there. She is waiting for you to travel to Malachor 5, to finish what you started.
We gotta go back to Malachor 5.
This knowledge of the Sith and the Jedi is what I am. It is my attempt to hold on to the past, to try and protect the future. Once I was a historian, the chronicler of the Jedi, and when both wars passed me by, I was determined that I would not forsake battle again. In some part of me, I knew I had made choices, compromises, but always for the sake of the Republic, of the galaxy. To do what you had done, at times, did not seem so wrong. To fight such a threat, sometimes one's choices seem narrower than they are, until it seems there is no solid foundation on which to stand. I feel that I understand what drove you to battle, to fight the Mandalorians. It was something you could not turn away from. And what will you do with me now? Abandon me here on this dead world, or end my life as I wish to end yours? I tied my life, my decisions to the Jedi. Perhaps only in separating myself from the Jedi can I become myself again, learn who I am. Perhaps exile is what I deserve, even though it is many years too late and you have already returned. Leave now, while you can. Save Telos. Save the galaxy. Save yourself.
Save yourself. Shut up, Sith holocrons.
No, I could not bring myself to tell her. It would have changed nothing. And because I was afraid. You know what lies at the heart of Malachor 5. I had thought it was in the past, yet it has become the future. And all that has happened there will happen again. And that is why I cannot bear it. Because it is Malachor 5. And because she was lost there once. And I fear she will be lost again. I do not understand why the Sith permit such teachings to exist. They cause only echoes, wounds in the Force. A beacon? For who?
A beacon? So I'm not entirely sure what they refer, like what they mean with it's a beacon. I had a few guesses, one of them being Revan. They want to try and call Revan back. Another one being the Sith Empire, like Vitiate's Empire. Another one is maybe like the Yuzhong Vong. There's a lot of options. Hey, what's the shuttle doing heading down to Telos? Why are we in the military base, huh? And why are we playing as HK-47? Why is the door open? And why is the sub-level? The HK factory. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for the HK factory. Next time, though, we're going to end this episode after this little cutscene.
The turbolith has been accessed, but no organics or hostiles have been detected entering the complex. Query, is there a sensor malfunction? Irritated statement. The probability of such a malfunction is extremely low. Order, run a scan of all units within the complex. Processing. Scan commencing. Result, only HK units detected. Premonition. Something is wrong. Very wrong.
Very wrong! I even made a special ion blaster for this exact occasion. Anyways, I think we are going to end this episode here. I hope you all enjoyed it. I did make a post on the channel, well, last night when you see this, about what game you want to see me play next. Again, KOTOR 1 and 2 Dark Side playthrough, Star Wars Empire at War, play through a couple of those campaigns, maybe do some mods. We'll definitely do some mods in there. I love that game. Or if you have a different game, leave a comment on that post. Let me know what you want to see me play, and I will see you guys next time.